Hello again. It's time now for a forest skill program. Okay, looking out of the window, I find that it's already dark. Now, listen to me. As usual, my presentation includes three parts, three sections. First, I read the text once more, and then next, we find out some vocabulary. And the last part, we talk about some grammar points used in this text. Okay, now let's get started. Okay, today's topic is about an audio guide. Yes, some previous lessons. Okay, we talk about one of famous sites in Hoi An City, right? In Hoi An in ancient Hoi An city or town. Okay, and today let's talk more about other sites in Hoi An city. And now listen to an audio guide. Okay, now I read the text once more. Welcome to Hoi An. Hoi An is famous for its historic buildings, shops, pagodas, and houses. They're older than in other cities in Vietnam. The streets are very narrow, so it's more convenient to walk there. Okay, let's start our tour. First, go to Quan Công Temple. To get there, walk straight for 5 minutes. The temple is on your left. Second, go to the Museum Sa Huỳnh Culture. Take the second left, turn right, and it's on your right. Then have a coffee at 1926. Its Khao Lao and banh mi are very good. Turn left and take the second turning on your right. Finally, go to Hoa Nhạc Workshop to buy presents for your friends. Turn left and then turn right to workshop next to Turnkey House. Okay, the words, all words in this article are, I think, are familiar to you, right? For example, famous. Famous means to be known by many people, by a lot of people. For example, when you say that Hồ Ngọc Hà is a famous singer, it means that a lot of people know her. Okay. Yes, and next we have buildings. Building is a plural form of building. Building is a structure such as houses, and that is, of course, is tall. And that has roof and walls. Okay, when we have some phrases related to building. For example, a tall building, a high-rise building, or for example, when you say a building that has 5 stories, 5 floors, so you can say a 10-story building. Next, we have pagoda. Pagoda, or you can also say temple. Okay, in the South or East Asia, just in South or East Asia, we have pagoda. In the West, people don't have pagoda. They usually have church. Okay, have the church. Pagoda. It also means religious buildings, and it's a temple in South and East Asia in the form of a taller tower or a tower with several levels in which has its own roof and our own roof that extends beyond the walls. Okay, next we have an adjective narrow. Narrow means it's opposite of wide or broad. Start means begin, or tour. Tour is a trip or a journey you make for pleasure, for pleasure. Yes, and of course, during which several different towns, countries are visited. Museum. Museum is a building in which objects of artistic, cultural, and historic interest are kept and shown to the public. Museum, for example, Ho Chi Minh Museum, or um, remain 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 objects museum in Ho Chi Minh City. Culture means way of life or belief or customs of a country, of a town, of a group of people, or even though of a company. Okay, that's all. Next we have finally. Finally is an adverb and it means eventually, eventually. And now come to the last part. Talk about grammar points. Okay, this lesson, this article is describing how Hội An is. Okay, Hội An is famous for something, and how to get there, or some places, some famous places you can visit when you come to Hội An, for example. And of course, when we talk about this 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 situation, we use the simple present tense. And now we have some structure that you must learn by heart. For example, when you say something famous, famous for something, or famous as something. For example, she was famous as a writer than a singer. Or if you say, Hội An is famous for, not famous with or famous at, famous for. Remember, we have two structure related to adjective famous, famous for or famous as. And in this article, in this text, the speaker used the comparative form, like they are older than in other cities in Vietnam. Because old is a short adjective, so we add er by the end of the adjective old, older. It means that Hội An was established earlier or before than other cities in Vietnam. So Hội An is considered ancient town, right? So, but if you use that is a short adjective. But if you use a long adjective like convenient, convenient means comfortable, okay, and can supply a lot of accommodation for you. It means convenient. You use more, we add more before, we more come before adjective, long adjective. It's more convenient to walk there, because Hội An's streets are narrow, so it's very hard for you when you drive, right? When you drive, you use your car. It's a very hard. It's very difficult for you to turn left, turn right, or go back something, or turn back. Okay. And like Tân House, right? In the previous lesson, today we also learn some structure related to traveling. It means that when you visit somewhere, you must learn some phrases to talk about how to get some places, you ask about directions. Okay, that's all about this lesson, this program, this 4 skill program. Thank you.